back to Spoiling Dead, the show where we talk about the latest Walking Dead episode. I am your hostess, Rebecca Erb. I am here with the wonderful Daniel Murphy. And also joining us at the table is Tony Walters.
Hey everybody.
Hey, Tony.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So, another amazing episode, at least in my mind. Nicotero did it again with the astonishing mushroom and swamp walkers. Father Gabriel is one with the Force. And some of our group seems to be changing their mind about how they're going about this war that they started. So let's get the discussion going. Woo! They hated the episode, by the way. As you can see by their faces. Like
I always hate the episode, though, so it's nothing different for me.
I didn't hate it, Rebecca. I just had a lot of issues with it.
Okay. Well, luckily, I think your issue is what we're going to be talking about first. Dr. Carson, the Father Gabriel whole bit. We find out that Gabriel's sickness is an affection from all the guts that him and Negan put on him. However, he may be losing his vision, and he's keeping his faith during all of this. And I will have to say, how did Dr. Carson let Father Gabriel navigate? Because he is a doctor. He obviously noticed that.
The whole episode, or their whole bit, they were in a completely different show. They were in an episode of Touched by an Angel.
Yeah.
So Gabriel was all,
It's so
hey,
true.
I've got this, I got the gift of God, and this, convincing this doctor, this man of science, to just go by, Gabriel's faith and let him lead the way.
But the doctor...
I don't think it was that bad.
The doctor
I grew up watching that show.
So did I. It was garbage.
The doctor did somehow miraculously come up with the right combination of antibiotics to cure the zombie virus.
No, he didn't. God did.
In Gabriel.
God did.
With the side effect of blindness.
Yeah. God's not perfect. God's not
let's-
perfect.
So you gotta give a little to get a little.
Yeah.
Let's get that conversation going and out of the way. Here is my standpoint with the whole guts and stuff and getting sick by that. You can get sick by just not being
Him getting sick by the guts is not the problem.
They've done it a million times already.
Okay, here's my thing.
It's never popped up now, isn't it, till now?
Now, I agree that they should have touched on it sooner than by the 8th season.
Season 1
No,
they
I
did
don't.
this.
Hold on. I don't have any issue with him being sick because of the guts. Like, sure,
I
people have
believe
different
that,
immune
too.
systems. Fine. I have an issue with Negan dipping his blood or his bat in all the blood and talking about how he's going to turn everybody into walkers. I have a problem with that.
Okay.
Because that doesn't make any sense at all based on this show and the way
He
that they
basically said
presented
he was
things.
going to speed up the process, right? I mean,
Except...
He's basically like, I'm gonna hit you with this bat. And you're gonna turn into a walker. Like that's what he's saying.
Of course it would, because he has the guts and everything.
Yeah,
and
it would.
if he breaks the skin,
No,
then the
I
guts
totally
get in
get
your
it. I
blood
totally get it.
system.
Totally makes sense.
Right.
Totally makes sense. But they've never once ever in this show
how many times have they got a
acknowledged the
mouthful of
fact.
blood when they've killed a zombie? Or cover themselves in it? Like,
it's been in their eyes, it's been in their mouth,
in your pores, in your,
Well, like you guys said, everybody has a different immune system. Okay. If you guys are getting mad about that, which, I mean, at least with Walking Dead, they haven't covered themselves in guts a whole lot. But then look at Fear the Walking Dead. That's all they ever do. That one guy.
Oh, so you agree with us, Rebecca?
Yeah,
I thought you'd be against us.
I don't even
on
watch
this.
that show.
I mean, I thought you guys were against
Isn't
him
there
getting
a whole
sick
group
by the guts
called
and
the
stuff.
No, I'm
That's
not.
what
No, I have no
thought
idea
you
with him.
guys
I have
were.
no problem with him getting sick by the guts. I mean, sure, I can buy into him getting sick from the guts. That's fine.
Of course, because it's like super
But what about
nasty.
these whisperers that wear zombie suits? How come none of them ever got
Well,
sick?
we haven't come across them
Yeah,
yet.
but they're in the same universe,
But
right?
I would say that probably the same thing has happened.
I'm just mad because that's just...
Now, it's
weak.
like I agree with
I
you.
hope that
I agree
Negan's
with
an
you guys.
idiot
I
and
agree
his
with you
plan
guys.
flops
I'm actually saying that.
and he's
How
wrong,
crazy
but-
is that? I am agreeing with you guys.
Right.
It should have
He
been
could be
touched on
his
sooner
plan
than
should flop and should be wrong. Hopefully that's part of Eugene's big grand scheme of things. But even so, these guys have dealt with this shit for so long that they should just know how it works by now.
So you're saying that this is another red herring from Eugene that he just
No,
quickly...
I'm not giving that much credit at all.
But if you think about that, when he delivered that solution, it was just a quick,
Right.
off the cuff.
Well, we're jumping ahead a little bit. Let's not jump too far ahead. I have notes for a reason.
We already talked about this. Touched by an angel. Doctor dies.
Blah, blah, blah.
Gabriel gets taken back to the... That was my
chapter.
favorite part was when the doctor died and Gabriel got taken back to the place. And I was just like... Actually, I think I yelled at the screen, "Where's your God now?"
Oh my
Wait.
so-
In the words of Tony, he said, "Where's your God now?"
I really enjoyed this bit. I personally enjoyed the dialogue. I am a Christian, so I appreciated it. I appreciated his passion behind it and how he has decided that he has a purpose and is wanting to do it.
It's cool.
I am talking.
They put a he has a purpose, but they.
But I also really enjoyed.
Keep nailing it.
I really enjoyed how you look through Gabriel's eyes. I thought that was a good.
Yeah,
effect.
physically looking through his eyes and metaphorically looking through his eyes.
But then
right?
you could.
Yeah.
But, even that
terrible.
had its flaws for me. Even that had its flaws.
See, I really liked it. And, you know, the part where they find the antibiotics and he's like, I'm not saying a word. And then, like, the piggy bank falls over and Dr. Carson is just like, you've got to be shitting me. It was really lighthearted for an episode. It just, for me, it had a good balance. Shut your face. It had a good balance of lightheartedness and suspense.
This is why I sit in the other room.
Enjoyed.
So what's the message?
This is why you sit in the other room too. Why are you here?
What's the
Leave.
message then?
What do you mean?
What's the message? What's the moral of the story? Because it doesn't
Moral of the
really
story
work
is
out,
no
does
matter
it?
how much you believe in God, shit's always fucked.
That's one perfectly logical moral. Do you have a different one?
We're not going to be getting on like a religious debate
No,
here.
well, listen,
but...
we're not bashing about the religion or any of
No,
that.
I'm
We're
just
bashing
bashing
the way
the-
it was presented. It was presented like
Yeah.
it should have been on the Hallmark Channel,
Exactly.
and it didn't fit in the show. And it was a bit too lighthearted. It was a bit too shitty acted.
Yeah, put the two worst actors in a scene together.
And I don't care that he's dead
I politely
because they've got
disagree.
replacement
I think
Dr.
it was a
Sadiq.
good balance. I enjoyed it. I liked their interaction, and I was okay with it.
I just can't
But
believe
I'm
it.
usually okay with it because I love The Walking Dead.
I gotta throw a side
so
note.
much.
I gotta throw a side note in here. We had a technical difficulty. That's why I'm sitting at the table today, and there's no pictures popping up or anything like that. And I'm gonna go grab my phone so I can at least moderate the chat. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just as it was getting good.
Okay, so now that we got Miss Debbie Downer out of the room,
Oops.
let's see what else. But I do have to say that, you know, poor Dr. Carson, I mean, no doctor is surviving in this world, it seems like. So Sadiq had better look out. Do you guys think that Father Gabriel is going to blame himself, and is this going to break him? Is he going to go, because he's had, you know, his arc, he's found a purpose. Do you think this is going to...
This is a part of the problem I have, because it's like, to start with, he was turning into like a kick-ass kind of Daredevil type character where he was going to be almost cool, and then at the end of it, he was just all sad again and all sorry for himself. Like, you know, I just don't.
Because I feel like he pushed it on Dr. Carson. You know, like, you just have to have faith. You just have to see.
But every
Jonathan,
and then Carson's like, oh, I do see. And then, you know, it's kind of his
every
fault.
time he's done that,
Jonathan
it's not really worked out for him.
said he completely agrees the subplot was annoying as shit.
It was though.
Jonathan, my man.
Do you know
what
why
the
though?
heck?
Listen,
And your
Rebecca,
brother
do you know
says, hey.
why? Hey, who?
Your brother.
I was like,
Sup,
my
bro?
brother. He never watches
Hey, no,
this.
listen though. There's no point to it. That's why I'm asking you what the moral was. What was the moral?
Okay.
There was no point to it. Like, after it happened, it was just like...
It gives a little bit more meat to Father Gabriel's character. And sometimes there's going to be these episodes where there's not a whole lot, where the plot really is not being shoved forward a whole lot. And that's okay.
I know, but
because-
there's gonna be character growth. Like, his character didn't grow at all.
This didn't move
his
forward,
character,
Rebecca. This started here, went whoop, and then he ended right back
like
up.
Gabriel now, after all this, is probably gonna be old Gabriel, like he was in the church when they found him. All like,
I hated
Guys,
him then.
might
too.
be
right. I've always hated him. He's my
That's just.
I mean,
He's
they
got
finally
so
killed
many
off my
lines.
least favorite character, which was Carl, and now they can just do now we can do Father Gabriel.
Where's my tear stick?
and he's right though.
Where's
Out
my
of all the
tears?
characters, Gabriel right now, I just don't. It is not because of what he believes in or any of that. It's just I
No.
don't.
No, it's not that.
I
care.
really, really, really enjoy Father Gabriel's character just from his redemption, because I hated him at the beginning. And there's usually characters that I just kind of dislike, but I really, really like wholeheartedly disliked him, and I loved his comeback. So I'm rooting for him. I like this. I liked that we had a little kind of like half-ish bottle episode of him and Dr. Carson, and whatever. I enjoyed it. Let's move on. The swamp. The swamp was really nerve-wracking in a good way. I don't care if you guys disagree.
I don't think it was nerve-wracking, but putting myself in the situation, I was like, God, no, I would never.
They didn't
never.
make it scary, but
There should have been alligators in there too.
I know, that's the thing that I was
That would have
thinking,
made it amazing if an alligator jumped out.
If they're just going through and just killing all these zombies,
and killed Daryl. Daryl was wrestling an alligator. That would have been an epic moment.
Actually,
tell me I'm wrong. And even if he died right then, you would have still been up there cheering. No!
He would have went out like
he
Daryl,
saved the baby
sure.
because of an alligator fight.
Yeah, poor Judith. Like, oh my gosh.
She's fine.
But fun, like, little like tidbit.
She might as well be in a bubble.
Swamp. Yeah.
She's fine.
The swamp really wasn't a swamp. It was just woodland, and the special effects people came in and flooded it.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool. It looked really good. It looked like a real swamp.
It's legit.
It's pretty good. Okay. So I really thought that Tara, when it came down to it, wasn't going to follow through shooting Dwight. And we see that she really was. Like, she was out for blood. Do you guys think Dwight went with the Saviors to save himself or to save the group?
I think he did it to save the group.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because he knows he's going to die going with them.
And it was,
like, right now, he's like, cool, that chick hasn't shown up yet, but she's going to.
It was the perfect solution to the problem he was in then and the overall problem. Definitely, he's doing it for the group.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go back there.
For sure.
So, do you think, because we've, had a little bit of dialogue talking about Sherry, do you think we'll see her again, or is her character done for?
I think she'll be back.
Do you think?
I feel like I feel like she needs to come back, but at the same time, I don't know if the reason for her character leaving is like for a reason requiring her to be in some other show or movie or something.
Right. Yeah.
So I think from a writing standpoint, I think that she should come back for some closure, but at the same time, I think that she could just be another Heath.
I'd like to see her come back.
Where's Heath?
I think it is more of a Heath situation, but I mean, it'd be cool if she came back and was working the other team.
The Heath situation obviously irritates me, as you guys know. But with the Sherry situation, it was done in a way to where I would be okay if she didn't come back, and I would be okay if she did come back.
It was
they just
Morales.
tied it up. Yeah, they just tied it off really nicely that it kind of left it open, and you didn't just wonder where's Heath, you know? But so obviously that chick is gonna show up. What's the savior? That chick savior? What's her name? Did you guys catch that?
Oh gosh.
I know they said it, and I'm not gonna get Enid.
Hey, you just did it.
Okay.
You're talking about the one that got away at the gunfight?
Yeah. Because obviously she's coming back and something is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Do you think the word's going to get out before something
she's
happens?
already
or do
back.
you think he's going to kill her in a way that they're going to be like, you should have killed her?
I'm genuinely excited for the grand finale because I feel like it's going to be a big kind of hurrah, like the first finale but the first big epic scene with Negan that we saw. And I hope that it's people being forced to watch other people. I hope it's just gnarly. I hope it's just really, really brutal.
Here we go. This is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be all the saviors on their knees with Rick walking back and forth with Lucille,
and then his red machete,
and then going to slam it down to bash Negan's head in, but hitting right next to his head. I still think Rick's taking a bullet for Negan. And that's what's happened at the end.
Yeah, especially with that little bit from not last episode, but the episode before last. I can't talk English.
The true leader of the saviors.
Yeah, because definitely, I agree. I think that he was trying to save Negan.
But it has to be. I think it's gonna start out a big hurrah.
For sure.
As everybody, the pieces fall into place.
When Dwight went with the Saviors, that definitely changed Tara's mind. She did.
Did it?
For sure.
Did it really?
Yes, it did.
Say that again.
For sure, she even says it. When Dwight went with the Saviors, it changed Tara's mind. And at first,
I thought, I think so.
Yeah,
it did.
And she even flat out said it.
She's like, no, he did do it to save us.
Yeah. But at first, before they're going into the swamp, I thought Daryl stood up for Dwight at a moment. So I was like, oh, maybe his mind has changed.
He didn't stand up for him. He just basically said, not right now, I ain't messing.
Yeah, we'll deal with this later.
But now he's just like, super pissed that he's gone with the Saviors.
Because he did it to him before. He did the same thing.
Right,
He's double-crossed Daryl more than once by pretending and then showing his true colors.
Jonathan says, "Can Tara die yet?" Because he's back on hating her. I agree. And
Those are so negative. I kind of like Tara.
I still like Tara.
With her. She's not like one of my favorites, but I don't have a problem with her.
I still like her.
He said this guts trick that they're doing is from the comic, which is cool.
Oh,
it is cool,
cool.
But it's just not sitting well with me. It's just it's not.
No.
The
we'll see how it plays
behind it is understandable, but it should have already happened by now. And if they're just trying to explain it with Gabriel and that's how they're leading up to it, then it's still too late.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel like 8 seasons in, it's a little too late for something that I think is
Season
Zombie 101.
All the kids was rubbing it on them and walking down the street. They've done it in a bunch of times in Fear, and they've done it more than once in this show.
It would irritate me more in Fear since they do it more often in Fear, but I still do agree they should have touched on it before season 8.
Somebody swallowed some zombie blood before now.
Yeah.
Right.
And
for sure.
Yeah.
Rick has totally swallowed some zombie blood before now.
Right.
Well, there's been a time, even when they first got to Alexandria and the gate was left open and he had to shove that gun through the zombie's mouth to mask the loudness of it. I can't.
Don't they? Anyway, don't they already?
That fell.
Don't they already have the virus anyway? I mean, how's that going to speed it up?
Yeah.
Right.
Ha.
They've already got the virus in them.
Right.
So why does more zombie guts make the virus worse?
I don't know why I'm saying ha.
No, you're agreeing. You're just agreeing with us.
Dang it.
There's a lot of flaws in my mind.
Okay, anyway, we don't like it.
We can move on.
We move on. Okay, so y'all made it back to the hilltop, and their reactions were heartbreaking. And Enid.
I don't care, man.
Enid.
Carl's just gonna die throughout this entire season.
Enid on her knees. Yeah.
And then seeing Carol's and Maggie's, reaction. It's
I don't remember much of a reaction from either of them.
Why does that not surprise me? They were sad. They were very, very sad.
Mm.
And
I'm just glad they montaged through it because I didn't want to hear it again.
Heartbreaking. And then we see Maggie being an amazing leader and rubbing her belly.
Her flat belly.
And we see baby Gracie. And it was really nice. I liked that. And we get to see Maggie making really hard decisions. Do you guys agree with her for cutting rations?
Yeah.
She had to.
Yeah.
What else could she do? And then I was like, all these extra people show up. Now what are they going to eat?
Yeah, now they're going to have to kill everybody.
Now those guys
they're like, well, you know what? We got a whole new crew of people in here. We're going to have to kill you guys just to make room.
We're going to let you out and have a walk around. Just look at the flowers.
My standpoint on it is, yes, I agree with her. She made the right decision because she has to think about her people first.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same vein, she has all of these prisoners of war that... If she's gonna, how do I say this? If she's gonna be if she's gonna be more cruel to them by cutting the rations, then they're just gonna, rebel more and want to think of something to do. But if she's nice to them, like she decided,
she's giving them the same portions they're getting.
And
so
there's a couple of them that just can't
now.
be reasoned with in that cage.
Yeah. And
Gregory's one of them.
But she's knows that because she let.
But they hinted at right that she's already killed a few of them. Like she took a few out and killed some.
Yeah,
they hinted at that earlier in the episode.
She shot one the night before or something.
Yeah, the Walkergram to.
Oh right.
To Negan, but in that vein, I agree with her because of course your people comes first. But there may be people that would switch sides just from her showing a little bit of kindness.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is ultimately what she ended up doing, really.
Yeah.
It's her trying it out.
So do you think that because when she was talking to Sadiq, something definitely sparked, and that was the moment that she changed her mind. Do you think it was do you think it was just Sadiq,
You gotta think back to old Maggie, right? Mm-hmm. She was that person before where they just want to meet genuinely good people that want to help people. She's sick of all these nasty people.
But what it took
in her mind,
I think for her to make the decision, it took her talking to Sadiq, finding out that he was a doctor,
plus Carl's death,
Carl's death, and she knew that he died saving this stranger, and then he happens to be a doctor. Right. So maybe if she saves
Destiny
or shows some more kindness to these prisoners of war, maybe it would be another
pay it forward.
Sadiq. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's kind of what changed her mind. And then the Henry situation. Poor Henry. Do you guys agree with Morgan before the decision was made? Do you agree with Morgan and telling him
That's gonna
who
backfire.
did it? Or do you agree with Carol and he just shouldn't know because he's a kid and no matter if they're in the apocalypse,
But that wasn't the real person, was it, that killed him?
I said before they made the decision. Do you think that he should have known that it was that little rat-haired,
long-haired dude?
Oh gosh, I hate
Jesus'
her.
brother.
Jesus' brother. Jesus.
It totally passes brothers.
Jesus.
But yeah, would you guys have told Henry who it was?
Maybe
or?
that is Jesus' brother, and Jesus is still the mole, and he just puts a bit of gel in, tidies his beard up. But that's his twin. They're always chit-chatting on the trail. It's the only one he ever talks to. It's nice. It's Jesus' twin.
Not the only one he talks to, but they did talk a little bit when they're outside. But anyway, answer my question.
He's just extra number one. It's fine. That's another reason he gets lines.
Which that's okay.
Should they or shouldn't they have told the little what's his name kid?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Now you're saying what now? They should have not told him or told him?
Okay, why are we even doing this? Like,
this is why I sit in the other room.
I can read your notes and I still don't understand.
This is why I sit in the other room because I only speak up when I have something to say. When you direct a question at me, I'm like,
we miss
I don't
you,
know.
Tony.
Okay, well then I'll just
I don't
go
know.
like this.
No.
Just kidding.
Start over.
I think that I just don't care. I'm trying really hard.
Let's forget about you not caring.
Pretend if you was in this
Oh,
world.
so if I was in the world, would I tell this kid who really killed his brother?
Yeah, would you? Do you think it would benefit him or do you think it would tear him down?
I mean, I think if he asked me, I'd tell him.
Instead of lying, you mean? Or should he just have kept quiet?
I guess I could have had mine up at that time. What did
Now
you say?
you just sidetracked.
I said that I think if he would have asked me, I would have told him.
Okay.
He was
And
asking.
Just because,
I know,
like,
but I'm saying if I was there in the world
You'd have said,
and he'd
listen,
asked me,
listen, kid, it's that one right
I'd have
there.
told him.
And why do you think you would have told him?
why would I tell him? Because I just talk to people like they're adults.
Although, listen,
I mean-
there's a lesson learned if he did tell him. You could have said, all right, I'm going to tell you which one it is. It's that one. But I'm going to tell you why you can't kill him. But Morgan wasn't in that frame of mind. He's a killer machine. So he wasn't the right man for the job. So to get out of the situation, he just lied.
No, I think he lied because we're seeing the effect of Carl's death on everybody. So I think the reason that Morgan lied to Henry was because of the Carl situation.
But he wanted the kid to feel better. He wanted the kid to feel like, okay, redemption. And not have to worry
that too,
about it.
yeah.
And not
yeah.
have to worry about going through killing somebody to get that
Yes.
redemption. He told him he already had it.
Yeah.
But
I think that I'm just
wouldn't
sick
it
of
hurt
characters
worse?
recycling their arcs all the time.
It's
That's why I
true.
feel like
It is true,
Morgan's
but-
just recycling his
is that
his
going
own
to come
arc.
back around? Like when the
Yeah.
kid finds out, oh no, it wasn't him. He's going to hear something.
Right. I feel like
no,
yeah.
that long-haired creep is gonna tell him.
So all it is a setup for
For
something
Henry,
else.
it's a
Yeah.
setup. It's a setup for Henry.
Right.
Yeah.
For me personally, I agree with Carol, but for if things didn't go to shit,
For
we're
me-
in we're in apocalypse. Kids need to yeah, they're doing killing, but if you don't follow it up and talk to them through it and work through the parts that
It's
where
not true.
they go crazy and go serial killer,
No.
then it's fine. You just have to
Carl learned on
go
his
to
own.
them and tell them hey, this is how the world is, but still have to keep your sanity and your humanity, but know that you come first and you have to survive. You know what I'm saying?
But Morgan wasn't the right man for the job then because he's not in that frame
No,
of
and
mind.
I agree. So I
But-
think that he should have, like you said, I think they should have told him, but said, this is why you should not kill him.
Right.
And still treat them like an adult and make sure that they are, just like for me, you have kids, we are trying to prepare them for the world. We're trying to do our best, and it would be the same thing. You just gotta do whatever you can to make sure that they're ready for the
So
real
when your
world.
kid gets a bully on the bus, what are you going to tell her?
To stand up for herself.
Stab her in the head?
Oh my gosh, no! I'm gonna tell her to stand up for herself. First tell a teacher or something. But if somebody hits her, then I'm gonna full on tell her, you stand up for yourself. If you're getting hit and beat up, you hit them back.
I think your kid
that's
can
just one of
handle
those
it.
things.
I think she can take
for
care
sure.
of herself.
Yeah, she's pretty tough. But that's just my standpoint on that, I guess. So
it's just happening to characters right now with this big war brewing, right? This little side mission crap of characters I don't care about. I don't care.
But you have to have
You
that.
gotta- I know
have
you
to
gotta
have
have
these kind
stuff.
of episodes and these kind of things because it's such a vast
You don't have
world.
to though.
You do though because
But they could
like,
be focusing on other things as well. I mean, Henry's story.
And
Yeah.
they could be
Doesn't
doing
matter right now.
side things. They could just be doing more interesting things.
Yeah.
Morgan and Carol and what's his nuts sat on that bench the whole episode. Like that's all they did.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
It's true.
Just sat on a bench. They had 5 lines of dialogue the entire
They
episode.
were like,
Why would you keep cutting
it
these
looked
people?
like
Why does it
the
matter?
Forrest Gump shit where they're waiting for a bus. They're like eating chocolates. It just looked like they were chilling at the bus stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling stories.
Well, it's still a part of the episode.
Hallmark
so we should
Channel.
Talk about it.
No, I'm not saying we shouldn't talk about it. I'm just saying
We're saying instead of these little sub
even though I don't
stories,
care,
focus on the
it should be talked about.
focus on the good stuff because that's what we want to
Yeah.
see is more of this big epic war.
I think that they just
Yeah.
need to
That
start
was
cutting
supposed to
their
happen.
seasons down to 10 episodes like Game of Thrones so they can just get to the point.
That's what my brother said today. He said they just need to cut back the amount of episodes.
If it was
and get
just 10
done.
episodes a season, it would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like that there's 12. Because the more
There's
Walking
16.
Dead, the better.
But you also
There's
like
also
Hallmark
16.
Channel, so this is great for you.
I actually like. I mean, like.
You could dig a
I
chick
like-
flick or a nice mushy love story,
I
right?
do. Yeah.
That's good. That's why. Plus, with your religion, you enjoyed this episode.
But here's the
more than
thing.
I
us.
do.
Yeah,
So
but I
it's
love
nice that it caters
drama.
for
I
everyone.
love dramas. I just like good dramas. This is
But
my
it
problem.
was just a
It's
bit too cheesy. For
yeah,
me.
exactly. It's not
The
drama.
way
It's
Gabriel was, he was a bit too into it. Like,
Yeah. He
it
was
a bit too much.
very
Too much.
Daredevil meets Touched by an
Yeah.
Angel.
Yeah.
If he
That's
knocked
okay.
on my door, I would have politely said sorry.
So.
Move on,
I am
Gabriel.
curious.
I would
'cause
have
was
crawled on the
trying-
floor to the kitchen and pretended
And
like I
not
wasn't
even
home.
open the door.
I was trying to look back with like the couple episodes ago. Did the king stay at the kingdom?
Yeah, I think he did.
Did he?
No.
'Cause I was trying to think, where is
The
the king
kingdom-
during all this? Because the last time that we saw
I guess
even
I
Morgan
assumed
and
he was at the
Carol
hilltop.
was like the Gavin situation and the Henry situation. So I was just like, where do you think that he's at the hill? Is he at the hilltop?
Who else
Do
is
you guys
left?
remember?
Who else is left at the kingdom then?
Nobody, because the Saviors rolled
Anybody
in.
know?
All of them came out, and then Morgan and Carol went back in to get the king, and Henry snuck with, and obviously everyone's back at the hilltop, including Rick and Daryl and all
Well,
of them.
see,
I
there's
assume he's
something
gotta
else-
be there.
There's something else they could have focused on, a bit of the king.
I just if he's at the kingdom, that's fine.
I'm
And
trying
we
to
didn't
remember
really need
what
to
happened
see
to
him.
him.
I would
But
just
if
like
he
to
was
see
at
like
the
have we
hilltop-
I could be wrong. No, we have. Never mind. Take it back. I was gonna say, have we seen Maggie interact with the king yet? And I was like, yes, we have. So
Yeah,
never
yeah.
mind, because I was like, we could have seen him interact with people we haven't seen
Right.
yet, but never mind, because
Right.
they've already done it.
But yeah, like I said, like if he's at the kingdom, then obviously we don't need to see him. That's fine. But if he's at the hilltop,
Like,
it
why
would have
didn't we see him?
nice. Yeah, at least a little bit. Like it could have been him just in the background, even, and that would have.
Could have been him
I'm
sitting
just
on
curious.
the other bench waiting for the bus.
Sharpening his red machete.
You think- you
Okay,
think
so
he's got it now?
everybody is back
No.
at the hilltop except for the king, maybe. We're not sure. If you know, leave it in the comment below. But everybody is safe. For now, at least. The Saviors are coming, and they got an airstrike coming.
Judy and I both thought we saw when one of the flashes of the thing was coming up was Negan sideswiping a head, and we thought that was Michonne's head. Like it was like, was that? We both thought, was that Michonne?
Like the little commercial after the episode?
No, the
When
commercial.
it was like what comes up.
It was
during-
a commercial for something that sponsors The Walking
Yeah,
Dead, and
but
it showed a bunch
showed
of clips of
clips.
this episode.
and it was
like,
just
real
Negan
fast.
basically just kind of taking the bat and like,
Yeah.
pinning it out to the. But then later in the episode, I kind of saw the same thing from actually a slightly different
Maybe
angle.
it's Heath.
No, it was
No,
him
but
hitting one of the zombies in
It
the
was,
end.
but it looked
But-
like
gotcha.
dreads
It
and
just
a
happened
flash.
so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just was like, was that Michonne's head? But
Yeah.
no.
Because like in that sequence too, you also saw Daryl and everybody like walking up to the gates of the hilltop, and I was like, "Well, that's them walking up to the gates of the hilltop."
They just
like,
recycled
like,
the
you just
footage
spoiled
before
the
it actually happened.
before it
in the
actually
show.
happened in the show, so it like spoiled what was
I didn't even
coming.
catch any of that.
Yeah.
Oh well. So Eugene did his part by saving Dr. Carson, or at least I think he thinks in his mind, and he's still Negan. The way that he talks to the bride, he just doesn't care. I think that
No, it's a show.
Still,
He's putting on a show. That's
You
not.
think it's a show?
Heck yeah.
You think so?
Oh
yeah, he's just being. He has to keep his stature.
In that room
like,
with Negan, he was lucky to get out of that one. Like when he said that, I'm like, this guy's not going to buy this.
Negan still kind of thinks that it was.
Negan's playing along with it. I think.
I think
he's humoring him for now.
Yeah.
I think he's just playing along, humoring him.
Yeah, he needs him to build him bullets right now, so he's going to play along with the shit.
But he's also waiting for him to slip up.
I think
that's why he's rushing him to make him bullets too, because he's like, well, when is this going to be done? He's like, well, it's going to be like next week. Blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, he came in to speed it up.
Negan, he doesn't want anything to do with any of it at the moment.
I think that it is not necessarily a whole face, that he is still focusing on him and is just trying to survive, but he is starting to care and actually wonder about Alexandria and care, but he's still trying to make himself not care by drinking and is still just trying to survive. I don't think he's
No, I think that he's still a douchebag, and if and he can die, but he'll probably do one last thing to redeem himself before he dies.
So do you think him redeeming himself before he dies is making the bullets malfunction?
Probably not.
You think that's why it's taking longer?
No. He's just dragging his feet, kind of just.
Yeah, he's just hoping that Rick's group comes and attacks them before he gets his bullets made.
Yeah.
Really? I kind of think that Eugene would do something to where the bullets malfunction. So when
it would
they
be obviously him.
But at that point, everyone's out at war, on the battlefield,
but not
shooting
all the,
these
but
guns.
Not all the guns are going to go off at the same time.
But, he's
what
just
if Negan
thinking
took
that's going to take out some of the saviors.
What if Negan?
What if he tests them?
He's got those zombies behind him, and he's teaching them how to blah blah blah. Maybe he takes one of the guns and just shoots a couple of zombies.
You don't think Negan's
but he doesn't do it.
Them?
He makes somebody else do it because he suspects.
See, I'm thinking
something like that.
Eugene might do it.
What if that happens and the gun backfires and that's how Rick gets shot?
No.
See, that's too much. The whole thing's a bit funny as far as that goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I
really like the idea that he's sabotaging it, but I think it's just too obvious that would be how. But what else can he do at this point?
Yeah.
As far as that goes, I just think, like he said, he's just wasting time, just trying to wait for something to happen. He knows Dwight's out there. He knows Dwight's going.
No, not anymore. Dwight's back.
No, that's right.
Right at the end.
He doesn't know that though, does he?
I don't think they had. Yeah, they haven't seen each other.
Can you imagine?
But my thing is Dwight just walks when Negan's having his little spiel.
I think Negan already
knows. He walks right up there, and I'm like, I would kind of cower in the back.
But that makes you
that's
more
who he
suspicious.
is. Though Dwight's one of the right-hand guys.
Yeah,
Dwight's
one
of the guys.
Suspicious if you lurk in the back.
You're so right.
But as far as I don't know. That's gonna get ugly, isn't it?
With the plan that Eugene made or gave to Negan, was
the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, I kind of got the impression that he just kind of said it to kind of distract him.
Yeah,
it was very the first thing that popped in his head, and he was lucky to survive from it, and that's why I think Negan just pretty much just tried to.
Because you saw him look on his face.
He straight faced it and said, "That's a great idea."
Well, he said, "I don't think he
believes it's gonna even work."
I think a flower just sprang from that shit that you just gave me. Is what he says.
Well, he got that idea from that.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah.
But it was lucky
totally
for Eugene.
Just a off the cuff trying to distract him.
Right.
So let's talk about that. There's going to be
he doesn't trust
catapulting some.
We've been talking about this whole episode and how stupid it is.
That will happen because I think, like you say, it just triggered the thought of putting it on his back. I don't think he's going to shoot corpses.
I mean, maybe the outcome that they're hoping for is stupid, but I'm kind of excited to see some body parts
would be
flying
cool?
all over and coming
would be
in.
Even cooler? What if they catapulted real live zombies into the? That would be pretty cool.
It'd be really cool if the hilltop just catapulted the savior dudes back at him.
Yes!
As zombies. There's a big zombie fight, zombie war, like Game of Thrones style.
Plants versus zombies.
Zombies coming over the hilltop.
I've heard isn't that like a phone app, a phone game?
It's a video game, yeah.
I've heard that it's actually really good.
It's not bad.
And I heard it from Kevin Smith, that he played it until he beat it at the end.
I have it on my PlayStation. It's not bad.
Not bad?
Okay. Do you have the shooter version of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
It's different
than the mobile version.
And I've never played it. I can't be a part of this conversation.
Okay, so the last part with Negan, I I kind of enjoyed, and I liked his dialogue, because especially when you bring, like, the title of the episode, Dead or Alive or, you know, he's just like, they'll be dead or alive or some kind of shit in between. It's just, I love the stuff that he says. I don't really like him, but I love his dialogue.
More Negan, less Henry.
No, I like Henry. I think he's sweet. So
More Negan, less Doctor.
That's already solved.
Exactly.
So I think that the next episode.
Good thing that Sadiq is there. Sorry.
Oh yeah, just to keep the mushiness going.
Just for the they kill one Doctor and like, oh, good thing we got this other one.
We had this conversation.
I mean, Sadiq needs to watch his back because the doctors are just going out like.
Right, this is my point. Like it's not like they've been very well protected.
The doctors go out like the black people did in the early seasons. It's like one black guy dies and they bring in another black guy like immediately after. Like they can only have one token black dude on the show at a certain time. And now it's doctors.
Which makes no sense because how could there possibly be that many surviving doctors in that area?
Did we have this talk last night?
No, because
when they're so poorly treated.
When they're so poorly treated.
He
has medical experience.
He's better than me. I sell auto parts, and I hate the sight of blood.
Yeah, you would not do well in this world.
Right, I'd be used.
Oh, and then did you guys know that the other doctor that Negan like threw in the fire was Dr. Carson's brother?
Yeah.
So I had no idea. And I think it's just like a comic book reference from what I understand.
They said it last night in the episode.
Well, I know that, but I mean like...
I missed that.
It was just like very like off-handed.
Another coincidence that his brother, another
also
survivor, also a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Also murdered.
And another like kind of cool information, at least I thought it was interesting. When Daryl escaped, that was a red situation, and when the doctor escaped, it was an orange situation.
Danger level. So it's a threat level. Daryl was more of a threat. Daryl was more of a threat.
You're just kidding. Well, exactly, yeah. But I just thought that was kind of interesting.
I'm impressed that you caught
information like that.
You catch stuff like that.
I don't think she caught it. It was probably talked about in Talking Dead.
I totally caught it.
No. All of her little inside facts come from Talking Dead.
Okay. Not all of them, but most of them.
I thought you were going to have one more for us that was not
all
from
of them. This one's mine.
No.
Who was the surprise guest on Talking Dead?
Dr. Carson. But no, there's going to be a surprise. You are jumping ahead.
Big surprise there.
So I never had to see the notes. This is the first time.
Isn't it fun?
So the red machete
we could just keep cutting her off.
This was probably like my favorite red machete little.
It made no sense.
The stupidest one.
It was so good. No,
it was stupid.
The part that I liked was him getting shot in the
Who
back,
is he?
I guess. Just another random
But why
guy.
does he have it after the one that came before that? It doesn't
See,
follow.
that's the one part that irritated me is I wanted to see him.
The only part about the
So
thing.
again, you agree it's stupid.
You just like to get him shot in the back.
It makes no sense.
I
want to
it's
see.
all done, and
It's
I
supposed to be
It's
how
a
it
story.
changes hands. We didn't see how it changed hands this time. The whole time it's been like how it went from this guy to this guy. This guy just appears with it. Unless they're going to flashback Red Machete to explain that. Or maybe when we watch Fear the Walking Dead, they'll let us in on that secret.
So there was a sneak peek. And it was really good. So basically, a line of savior cars are going down this alley. Rick hits Negan and causes him to go down a different alley. And then there's like a high-speed chase. And it got me going. I was so excited.
It's very Cannonball Run.
Oh, it's
very
very wet.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh. But it was good. Like, I really think that next episode is going to be pretty...
Something's actually going to happen?
It looks a lot more... It looks a lot like this one, but with guns. I still don't think they're going to give us much next week.
I think next episode there's going to be a lot of action.
I think you said that last week.
You're not wrong.
What episode are we on? 11? We got 5 more left? Jesus.
So, yeah, so next week we're
there
gonna...
won't be nothing good.
This is what, the little tidbit of the episode thingy. Synopsis
Spoiler
is
alert.
what I was trying... No, it's not. No, none of it is spoilers. So the Hilltop's leadership faces a difficult dilemma after the arrival of unexpected visitors. Rick comes face-to-face with an adversary. So... Obviously, we know the Saviors are coming back to Hilltop. There's going to be a little bit of a battle there. And it sounds like Rick and Negan are going to be face-to-face and fighting. So
They've done that before, and they ran away from each other. Like a couple little bitches.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting to see, I think.
Tony's so
Sorry.
No, I hope so, Rebecca.
How do you expect our audience to get excited and like pumped up and tune in if you're over here?
This show is full of truths.
Truth.
We're spoiling it for people. Don't watch it. It's crap.
Spoiling it in more ways than one. We're not only spoiling the episode. We're spoiling the show.
We're just spoiling the show for you.
Did I have 2 things of this? Didn't we just see this?
I do have one positive thing to say about this episode.
We did just see this. I did 2 things. What?
I do have one positive thing to say about this.
Let's hear it. I'm excited for this positive thing.
There were no CGI deer in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys got going on outside of the Walking Dead world? Tell me.
You the one that keep us organized. You should know everything we've got going on.
But
It's true.
these guys don't know, and it's better if it comes from like.
But I want them to know how helpful you are.
Oh, well, let's see. What do I got going on? I don't really know what I have going on. Honestly, I don't have anything going on. For the first time in a while. I mean, outside of like work-related videos.
Well,
we were just at a concert Saturday and got some footage of that. I'm sure that's going to turn into something, right?
Yeah, but I can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, way to go, Rebecca.
Well,
Dolly Deadly 2, we got that.
Good save. Okay, Dolly Deadly 2. Let's talk
Good
about
save.
that.
Over to you, Dan.
Oh, and there's Dolly Deadly 2. Kill Dolly Kill.
Yeah, which is a
I might go see Tomb Raider this week and do a review for that. That's something I might do.
That does look good.
I am ready for another review. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Too busy to go to the movies. That's when you know you're busy.
This is true.
I can't stop yawning.
Tony's tired. Time change has got to Tony.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still
That
earlier than what it would
Yeah, I
be, so
was
I don't know
gonna
why
say,
that
yeah.
I'm yawning.
that
but...
and you finally do have a little bit of
And
a
I only
moment
drink
where
one
you
cup of coffee in the morning now, so I haven't had caffeine all day.
New lifestyle changes.
Yes.
See, I'm doing like the whole lifestyle change, but I am not cutting coffee. Like that is my life support.
I mean, I would drink more coffee. I just haven't made any for a while.
Oh.
Today
you're
I
not
only had
drinking
one
your
cup of coffee in the
Kickstarts,
morning.
though.
Right,
That's
I haven't
Yeah.
had soda in
That's
like
good
4
for you.
weeks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to see what else I'm doing, you can check it out, youtube.com/radentertainment. Maybe I'll put a video out this week.
Yay.
Maybe I won't.
And you can see
This video
stuff-
comes out this week.
Yeah,
This one comes out right now.
Right now. It's Spoiling Dead every Monday. I'm hoping to start vlogging again soon, but we'll see.
I hope so. I really thoroughly enjoyed those. I think you did such a good job on that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out.
I want to see a
things are done.
crossover vlog situation.
Like
We probably
where
should.
we do it at the same time.
Correct.
and
A
you,
simultaneous
like,
crossover channel vlog.
Inception.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Cool.
I have my own channel. If you guys haven't found out about it yet, which wouldn't surprise me if you haven't, it's called Geeky Lerp Chick, and I just released a video about my audition in Chicago, which is really big, happy news.
Big happy news.
Big happy news!
So you can find out that happy news by going to YouTube and watching the video
Right now.
right now. Yeah, and then there's Midwest Action Fest coming up.
Oh gosh.
An independent film festival that's going to be right here in Indiana.
I guess we do have things
At
happening.
the State Theater in Logansport. I'm going to be one of your hostesses. And yeah.
Hostesses with the mostesses.
That's right. So yeah, there's some
It'll be a
really,
good time.
really good movies. Like, really, guys. You can't get that around here. So.
I keep trying to throw in 2 cents, and it's just, yep. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep. What you said.
Tickets are on
We got
sale
it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check us
There's gonna
out.
There's going to be a cosplay contest.
Yep.
MidwestActionFest.com.
Yep. Win cash money. Cosplay contest. The Batmobile will be there.
And the Batmobile. And, like, wrestling guys. And there's going to be a tattoo booth, a hair booth. We're going to be there.
I'm excited for the hair booth because I really need a haircut.
I do too, but you know, just kind of riding it out.
I just need to get mine, like, colored. My roots are showing. It's just, that's
I
pretty
like
bad.
the look though.
All right, well, I'll let you sign off, talk to the audience, and I'll hit the button.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, you can catch us every Monday, live at 7. And, yeah, we love you guys. Stay rad, folks.
HMNfilms.com.